I'm Joanna. I'm Joanna. I don't know where my clicker is. Did you see a little yellow fucking thing around here? Like this big? Look, round like this big.
What?
It's a clicker. Don't do shit but click. Look like it would be a stopwatch or something.
No.
I'm just go with the Bucks because I'm getting my ass smacked right now. Gotta win with my team. I can't be winning with other people's teams and shit, you know? It's not for real. Don't back out this time. What? Should get a lap Friday. I don't like that light anyway, type shit, but get a lap. That outlet is fully full. We can get another block like we got over there to put up there. I want them dogs too. Literally, they're just gonna be chilling on the bed. All of this stuff is over here. It'll keep them from going over here. You feel me? But on good weather days, we'll be outside like a mother.
Tonight, it's the Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. Knocks it down from mid-range. When the ball was in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen. To Middleton. For three, and Chris Middleton on his own island hits it from three. But it was how he created his shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bam, that's how he set it up. Oh, Russell Westbrook, 2 for 2. That's what you want. You can try and body him up, but he'll still run right through you. It's the way he attacks that makes him so dangerous. He chips off a piece of your body one possession at a time. First it's your arm, then it's your leg, and then inevitably it's your soul. Able to recover with the block. And that's light work for a guy with his ability. Going long, beyond the arc. Tough shot. The former second-rounder Brogdon continues to amaze. That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available. Giannis Antetokounmpo sends it away. Sends a message on that one, Ed. Gets it in the left corner. Westbrook. 4-3. Taken down by Giannis. To Middleton. Here's a chance from long range. Made his first effort, but not that time. Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole. Bucks at the controls. but you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise. To Paul George, fires the three. It was contested, but Paul George still dials in for three. I don't know how he saw his man out and cut like that, but that was nice. Middleton. Oh, Chris Middleton. 2 for 3 now here in the first. Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing. And the rebound taken by Grant. To Westbrook. To Adams. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one. And the defender's got to take note. Otherwise, that shot's going up all game long. Giannis in control of the basketball. They trail by 2. Stuffs it down with authority. It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's a proud city. Slams it down. We call that get your money and put it in the bank. Now the Bucks going to signal for a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game.
Parker, now Rob, how much did Harden's eye injury or injuries affect the outcome of that game?
I didn't think it affected the team as much because if you look at how strongly he finished, fourth quarter shot 5 for 7, 13 points. He had his highest shooting percentage in the postseason of any game. So sure, could he have, had he not gone out, probably scored more, maybe scored 35 or 38 points or something? Sure. But I don't think that was the reason why they didn't win. And actually, Austin Rivers came in and knocked down some threes for them, right? And I just didn't see it as if he couldn't go out there and play and he finished with 9 points instead of 29, then I would say, oh yeah. But, and obviously anytime you get poked in the eye and it's blood, it's just a mess. Right. But somehow he was able to play through that. The reason they lost this game had more to do about the Warriors got 18 offensive rebounds, which is almost double what they normally get. And then Houston also had 17 turnovers, so they were 18. Did you have 18?
I think there were 18 turnovers.
Okay, so
go ahead. Yeah.
But they were sloppy with the basketball.
Yeah.
So those were the reasons that they lost. I give Harden a lot of credit. You know, you go out there, your eyes, you got a little blood, and you try to persevere and not just go to the sidelines and hold your eyes and say, I can't go out there.
Right.
I'm sure he was effective, but the fourth quarter showed me that, A, he was able to get better as he went along, and that this won't have a lasting effect as you move on to the next game.
Well, I agree to an extent. I think it affected him for a while. And as he got better, as he realized, okay, and the body will make adjustments on its own. Just like, you know, you got these cars now still, they'll make adjustment in the road on their own without you correcting them. And so the body will do that also. Yeah, this was slurry for a while, but one thing, the body's like, okay, this is what I got to work with right now. And so his vision, maybe it was a little blurry. You make it think like the man out there trying to be Helen Keller. Yes,
I haven't even spoken yet.
I'm still upset because you're not going to have anything. He was like, he was quitting and carrying on.
I haven't spoken yet, but I'm about to.
No. Yeah. Did it have an impact? That's not the, him getting raked in the eyes wasn't the reason they lost the game. But I do believe it affected him. Now, do I believe it affected him going forward? No, I don't believe that. But it had an impact on him. And that's what's important. Yeah, he needs to play well. I don't think he played bad. You mentioned, Rob, he shot his highest field goal percentage in any playoff game this year. Yeah. So that's big volume. So maybe they made him rank him in the other eye. Because he been shooting like up in the 40 percentile. No, just all kidding aside, though. I believe it did have an impact on him, but it did not impact them enough that caused them to lose this game.
I am not going to give James Harden a break or a pass for what happened last night. Because, first of all,
we all need to see him be a tough guy, a tougher guy than he's been in big games in the past. Because I think a lot of people in Houston still haven't gotten over 2 years ago, Game 6, closeout game in Houston versus my San Antonio Spurs, without number 2, who's up in Toronto now, and without Tony Parker.
Oh, he never get over that.
Okay? And it was a wipeout. It was an obliteration, and James Harden just completely disappeared in that game that they should have won. It should have been Game 7 back in San Antonio. And we've seen him come up small again and again in key moments of big playoff games. So last night, it was the perfect opportunity for him to say, okay, watch this. I'm going to bounce back. I'm going to suck it up. I'm going to tough it out. Because he did. Okay? He did, but the whole second half. First of all, we got to show what happened at the end of the first half. Because he did make a 3 near the end of that first half. And if we could show that, please. If you're good enough to make fun of, hey, Golden State, I got eye drops, then don't give me all this in the second half. I'm a light We're getting a lot of this in the second half. Like, stop it. He looked just fine right there. And as the game began to teeter, he began to blink more and more. I'm light sensitive. I can't see anything.
You had your eyes dilated, so they know when you worked about the
eyes were not dilated. 5 for 7 in the fourth quarter. Okay, boy, those are good enough. That's my argument. That's good. Like, okay, that's good enough. I didn't see enough in the second half where he just said, I got this. I'm going to take this game over because do you realize Golden State led this game wire to wire from 2-0 all the way home? Golden State was in charge all the way. Golden State wanted this game more, and I'm still convinced that basically, especially James and Chris Paul came out, and before they even stepped on the floor, they were mentally defeated. Because Scott Foster had been chosen to referee their game after the big incident with Scott Foster back on February 22nd. And that was James Holland. Yeah, they lost to the Lake Running. And where James called him rude and arrogant and said, I don't think he should ever ref one of our games again. And after all the disastrous controversy of Game 1 and dating back to Game 7 last year, he gets assigned to that game. And I just think they're like, we got no shot.
And they had a meeting, remember, doing the All-Star
I met with him.
Yes.
With New York.
Yes.
With the commissioner. With Scott Foster. To try to hash out their differences.
Travel and dining just go together. Now kayak and open table lets you earn travel rewards every time you dine. Earn points for each restaurant reservation on open table. Redeem them for hotel discounts on kayak. Get started at kayak.com/dining rewards.
Fortunately, Scott Foster was no issue last night. He was irrelevant to the outcome.
If I could hear your point if he really had 16 points or something, 29 and finishing strong. Okay, I get him playing around with the eye drop thing, but I don't think that he didn't give his all or didn't play well. I thought he played pretty well with the highest shooting percentage of the postseason.
Okay, but what was wrong with Houston last night?
There were times when they were down by 3 or 4 and kept
then Golden State would say, okay, that's enough.
And then they were close. And then we get back to 8. I got it.
Well, James Harden, I had very little to do with the offense.
That is correct.
It was offensive rebounding.
What are offensive rebounds all about? It's just effort. That's right. We want this game more than you want this game. What are turnovers? When you turn over 18 times, what's wrong with you? You're just not locked in. You're not quite sure of what's going on. You're not certain of your passes. Everything's a little tentative and half-hearted. And this happens. 18 plus 18. So Houston shot it great from 3. I mean, I don't know that you can ask for much better than 17 of 40. And Golden State only made 11 threes. So they were plus 18 were the Rockets from the three-point line. If I told you that yesterday morning, what would they would have won? You'd say, who got this one? You would have bet 90 cases of dew on that if I told that was going to happen. And he would have lost because they didn't even cover the spread. Right? Okay? So what happened? Golden State was able to take 91 shots to only 77 for Houston because of offensive rebounds and turnovers, right? So you just handed them the game back after you shot it well enough to win the game.
Can we take better care of
Russ can't shoot, but thank you.
Can they box out?
Okay, that's just all effort. That's just like, we want this worse than you want this.
That game was so big from the standpoint that you felt like you could have won, right, Game 1, and rebounds or taking care of the basketball.
Well, sometimes it's not every. Sometimes it's some crazy carry. I mean, I shoot the ball and the ball comes quick.
But there were a lot of crazy carry-ons last night.
But guess what? All the Warriors did was protect home court. That's it.
That's a lot.
Yeah, well, hold on. Now we get an opportunity to go back and protect our home court.
You're a we?
I'm just saying, it's like a serve.
You're right.
John Isner, all he has to do is protect that serve. I got the Rockets on Saturday.
You got a big? I got you. What you want to bet?
Whatever you want.
Wayne?
Yeah.
Wow, you got a wings bat?
Yep.
Out of nowhere? Wait, you got Golden State?
I'll take Golden State.
You got Golden
That
State.
scared me off.
I'm worried about his eyes. I know 3 days is 3 days.
Uh-oh.
You have a little adrenaline during the game.
Yeah.
He couldn't see after the game. Is he making that up?
He couldn't be a
He
fake.
could see.
But why would he lie?
He blind Billy Janet. I want my daddy record.
Shannon, you should be worried. I just came off of 2 huge wing bets. Fred Rogan from KNBC, 600 wings I beat him. And I just beat Antonio Daniels, the former playing announcer. 80 wings on a wing.
You turned over a new one?
I just, you know what?
I'm finna get 50 lemon peppers back.
Is that what we got?
25 to 25. Flat and rubber.
Let's do it. I want mine all flat.
He's feeling good. I can see it.
I want all flat.
So you won a 600 wing bet, and I think Shannon was 300.
300 last year.
Time out, I gotta ask this. So James Harden makes 5 of 7 shots in the fourth quarter and scores 13 points blind?
Yep.
That's what we're saying?
No.
Well, one eye. One eye.
It's adrenaline too, right? Like in the moment, you're gonna.
I know, but adrenaline, if you can't see, you can't see. It's
Out of one eye.
I can see
Huh?
with one.
You
You know what? He can see just fine.
You know what, Skip?
Just fine.
Skip. One eye. I can barely see. He's not Cyclops.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Skip, I got my eye on you.
But he got raked in both eyes. They were both kind of
But only
bloodshot.
one side. One was the left was more for me.
Well, it's the eyelid. You open your eyelid so you get to see underneath it. Am I right?
But there's a little blood coming down.
Your eyelid.
There's blood coming.
It's like the softest tissue of your body.
Exactly, so it hurts the most.
I know.
So in other words, are you telling me James looked so that was fake?
After he said I could barely see, that's a huge example.
That's all Hollywood eye, huh? With them old makeup eyes, how they do in Hollywood out here.
I don't know. I just don't want to see this. Like, the light.
Especially when he shot the ball well.
Well, especially after he does this. Like, oh, I got this.
Okay.
Maybe he would take that one back.
Well,
That might have been.
don't take it back.
That might have been a little much.
Yeah.
What's that?
I will be watching. You better believe it.
50 flats. Let's do
And
it.
I need some food.
You're probably
I
going
want
to
you-
get something. I got a couple
I
of
want
things.
ginger ale. That dude, I can't.
You're not jumping in right now. You're not that confident. Especially since I took the Warriors.
Well, I just want to see how it plays out.
Yeah.
Maybe James will not. He won't even be able to go.
Little pepper wings and ginger ale.
See how he heals up.
Yeah.
Since I'm the one worried about the eye. Okay, Ross. Thank you for joining us. Josh Rosen got ripped.
Here we go.
Pro Bowler.
This is-
We're going to tell you all about.
You got a nice little run going. Stop that shit.
Yeah, what does all of this front office drama mean for LeBron? You have any inside scoop?
Yeah, I'm thinking LeBron is thinking to himself, what have I done got my...
Gruber Lawson is proud to team up with the Milwaukee Bucks. We care about our community and know that together we can make a difference. Gruber Lawson, proud partner of the Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
The Boston Celtics are going back to Boston. And still, they're in a world of trouble because it's one thing to lose. It's another thing to get beat up. Milwaukee lost game 1. The Celtics got beat up in game 2. That's the difference. Anytime you get good on the road against the number 1 seed that's playing defense like that with the green freak and guys, that hot from the outside, you get split on the road. One team had the eye of the tiger, the other didn't, because the Bucks knew if they go down 0-2 to the Celtics, that's it. But if they win that game, and Brogdon comes back and is integrated into the team like he comes back as mostly Malcolm Brogdon, they can win this whole thing this year. And yes, never lose against the Warriors. Underdogs against the Warriors. But they can beat the Warriors, they can beat the Rockets, they can beat anybody when fully healthy. They're not quite as deep as the Raptors or the Celtics. But boy, when they get Brogdon back,
Hell yeah.
Their version of the Nets lineup, which I believe is actually Bledsoe off the bench. Brogdon, Middleton, Freak.
I agree with that, Max.
Meredith,
I agree with that about Bledsoe. I agree with that.
And I like Bledsoe, but I think this split on the road. It's one game, Stephen A. It does not mean, oh, they're doomed now because they got a split. They have to feel good about getting a split on the road. We've seen series in recent years involving the Spurs and other teams where through 2 games, it's like, oh my God, this team's a machine. And then the next 4. It's just one game they got a split on the road. Celtics got to feel good.
I agree with you, Max, though, because if you think about the Celtics, where they were 2 months ago, Stephen A., let's talk about it. They were sliding down the Eastern Conference standing. And if you told them that 2 months ago, that now they in the first round with the
bitch-ass air ball.
they're going up in the second round against the Milwaukee Bucks, the team with the best regular season record.
I'll take that 5.
And guess what? You're going home game with a split. I'm pretty sure this is like bet. I'm cool. I like it. I'm happy. And more importantly, this team was able to get a win, steal a road win, when the Bucks have 2 of the best advantages in basketball right now. One being Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is actually not playing his best basketball per se. That deceptive health has really helped, ignite the Celtics' confidence, especially in game 1. Because in the regular season, Giannis, he shot the ball 58% from the floor. Against the Celtics this season, he shot only 38%. They're doing a great job on Giannis. And again, they have another great advantage, the Bucks, in that they could have, home court advantage over the entirety of the NBA playoffs. So if you're the Celtics, you have to feel pretty good about how you're defending Giannis. The only question mark here is, how are you going to guard the perimeter after you use that deceptive help? You cannot let Chris Middleton, who finally is starting to look like the all-star that he was for the first time this year, go off with 7 threes. You have to have that deceptive help and go and make sure you control the shooters on the perimeter. Because in game 1, the Bucks only made 13 threes. The X factor is that they made 20 and they were getting overlooked. And now, Stephen A., you were also talking about, hey, they got blown out. But let's dive into why they got blown out. In the third quarter, about 7 minutes left, there was a 24-2 run that the Bucks had. But in that run, the Celtics, they shot 12 shots, and they missed 11. They were 1 for 11. You can't shoot like that. But those were bad. They all had 6 throws. So if you look at the Celtics, the big picture here is that, guess what? You stole 1 win on the road. You're heading home to Boston. You're feeling good about how you're defending Chris Middleton, who knocked down 7 threes. And if we do that, I like our
We'll do it. Brogdon comes back.
Hold on, Max, because she addressed me, and I'd love to retort to what she had to say. Beautiful basketball announcement, but I must ask you a question, albeit somewhat rhetorical. Is Jason Tatum important?
Gets a call from the coach about what they consider it, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
In the first 2 games, he's been non-existent. You can't have that. Gordon Hayward scored 5 points last night. I think it was 3 or 5 points. You can't have that. When you go into this series, you know that Milwaukee is not only an elite defensive team, but a team that launched the second most threes in the NBA throughout the season. They depended on their perimeter shots. It's not just about Middleton. It's Middleton, it's Morovic, it's Lopez. If Brogdon comes back, it'll be him. To a lesser degree, it's Bledsoe. Even after the Kuko's been hitting threes. And so when you look at it from that perspective, and you take into account the size, the girth, the mass there, I'm not saying this series is over. Of course, it's a beautiful thing that Boston got 1 of the 2. I'm simply pointing out something you know, Sinead, that when you lose a game, the fashion in which you lose it sometimes can affect you psychologically. The Boston Celtics know they got to hit perimeter shots because you don't really have an interior game against Milwaukee. You got to hit perimeter shots. They won game 1 because Al Horford was able to step away from the basket, hit those perimeter shots, and be effective against that. Plus, he was doing so defensively. If you got trees up in there and you have no interior game and everything is predicated on perimeter shooting, and you're not getting that level of production, and the one dude who can be that X factor is Jason Tatum, and he's non-existent. We've got ourselves a problem, and that's all I'm saying. We have Boston, we have ourselves a problem. You can fix it, but you got a problem.
But see, it's not a huge problem to me because it's not often that you have Jason Tatum and Gordon Hayward and, of course, Kyrie Irving with 9 points, 4 for 18 in the field. That's an anomaly that all 3 of them perform that way. In my opinion, the Celtics, if you think about this team, they play better when their backs are up against the wall. They won game 1. That was a huge convincing win. It gave them confidence. And, of course, we knew that the Bud was going to have a switching defense and a back, and especially Giannis Antetokounmpo was going to play more aggressive. And, of course, the Bucks are going to knock down more shots. But they're feeling good about themselves because game one, they got it. Now they're heading back home. And I've known Kyrie Irving for a pretty long time. I was the number one American in the same time around the same class. And this is a guy that performs best when his back is up against the wall. Going into game one,
I'm not worried about Kyrie now. I'm not worried about Kyrie. Not at all.
He's also playing his best basketball right now. And when he's performing, and Kyrie is going to do better, especially playing at home, and you have all the energy of the Garden. I'm not thinking that Jason Tatum and also Gordon Hayward and Kyrie are going to perform like they did game two. I think that they're going to bring up the energy and the confidence.
Well, I'll give you this to that. At least you ain't talking about the series you know about the game. At least you didn't go that far.
No, sir.
Couldn't keep it in. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
One game, they couldn't go down 0-2. You go down 0-2, you get swept. You go into a team good. Now you got to somehow try to find a way, scratching claw to steal one of these games. Look, Giannis found a way. They had 40 balls. They built the court up around the rim the first game, and he wasn't able to break that fourth down. What transpired this game,
essentially the touch did help the ball.
you went 23 times and not going to win the game. And what happened, Middleton got hot from the three. Lopez hit the three. And so when those guys were slumping off, y'all just trying to go to the rim, they get your hands on the ball go all over the place, turnover.
The margin standing now at 7. 4-3. And Eric
Now all
Bledsoe,
of a
tough
sudden,
make there.
and
Good
help
chip
on y'all.
off the defender.
You got
It's
to
a
stay on
three.
Middleton.
Absolutely the right mentality coming
I'm
out.
watching Milwaukee look.
That's what you do during halftime.
The guy who
Reset,
doesn't get enough
recalibrate,
credit,
you come out
normally when they win,
first never
he
happened.
plays himself. That's very Bledsoe. He had an awful game. He gave
He wasn't able to do one Friday night here at Staples. He did. He took the game over. On the day, he got his contract extension. Remember that?
KC
Well, let's bring him on.
with the flush, taking on all comers. Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself. Bledsoe, one good hit.
Third start the fourth quarter, they threw the game wide open. So I'm not surprised that they won. I'm
Westbrook
surprised
in the
that the
front
margin
court,
of victory
up
was
6.
big. And if you tell me they're going to get 29 from Giannis, they're going to get 28 from Middleton, 21 from Bledsoe, I'm going to say they're going to win a lot of games. Because those big three guys are very, very important. And Giannis was unbelievable. He's finding a way. He got a couple threes. And when
Good look at
he
it.
do that, because they're going to slow. They're going to play offense. They're not because they know he can Euro step from half court and be at the rim double. So you don't want him to do that. But if these guys can get threes around him, and guys can't help off, can't help Horford, can't help Bain,
Way to stay with it. There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
And I was extremely disappointed when I saw and didn't see from the Boston Celtics. I said they would win this series. In fact, I proclaimed after game one that it was already over.
Fires the three. He has certainly been on target from downtown. He's 4 or 5 from three-point range. Let me tell you what, he's been receiving his passes on time and on target. Give the passer some credit in this scenario as
In the
well.
first half, Boston left the game
Slam
51-50. In the first quarter of this game, Mr. Giannis scored exactly no baskets. He didn't make a single field goal in the first quarter. And all of a sudden, the threes started to rain from the sky. And before I could sure what was happening, the Milwaukee Bucks had taken the most threes they've ever taken in a playoff game and made the most threes. They made 20 of 47 three-point shots. Both playoff franchise records. 20 of 47. Well, I'm here to say, if they make 20 of 47, from here on, they're going to beat Boston. They're going to beat whoever else in the Eastern Conference, and they're going to beat Golden State because that's unbeatable. And
But they helped the second most threes. Those people don't know that about Milwaukee. They attempted to get
I got it. 47 is a lot of threes. And once they started falling, once by the way,
If you don't foul him defensively, you allow him to have room, he will find that rhythm from behind that
then
ball.
everybody
has
was
never hurt anybody,
they fell
Jay.
from everywhere,
I
from
get it,
everybody. And the third quarter was shocking to me because Boston got blown off the map in the third quarter. It was 38-19. Milwaukee made 6 threes in the second quarter and 6 more in the third quarter. That's just hard to deal with. It's hard to fight that off. But now, to my man, Kyrie
Shot won't go down.
after I was suddenly happy after game 1, I don't know what he was last night.
Yeah, off game.
Off game 4 of 18.
Westbrook with the
I love
basketball.
Rose.
His team on top by 8.
Sort of another kind of a Kyrie.
And then what happened there?
Look at what they did. So Kyrie
Let's
was 4 of
apply
18.
from long
Rose
range.
was 2 of
Oh,
10.
George can't get that one to go. Defense all over. Shooter shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing. That's a
What
clear
happened to
offense.
Mamba mentality? He looks more like a garden snake to me. Does he not look like a garden snake? Who is he? What happened to that kid last
Hold on, did he go? You know, because that's what everybody does. They just say,
I'll take that.
Kobe said, Kobe said, I need to put the left foot up first, then put the right foot in front of the left foot, and that's how I walk. That's what everybody says. Kobe said, Kobe just did this job where he just did,
Right into their shot. We call that being shot.
what's going on?
Is he still the linchpin of a potential
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Who would you rather have? Would you rather have Jason Tatum, or would you rather have Brandon Ingram or Kyle Kuzma? Give me Jason Tatum over real.
Jump ball
For
coming.
real.
Okay.
So in the first 2 games of this series, he's a grand
Shifting
total of
gears.
4
Here
of
comes some
17.
substitution.
0 for 3 from the 3-point line. He did like, but here's the thing.
And an attention foul here in the closing moments. But it shouldn't make too much of a difference. What is now a 2-score game?
They put the ball in his hand last year, down the stretch a lot. Now, he's not going to see the ball. Kyrie got the ball. Kyrie had an off game. Now watch Kyrie come back. He'll come back next, when they play. Friday. In Boston, and he'll drop 25, 30 with about 7 assists. That's what Kyrie's capable of. Better. You know,
Goes 2 for 2.
he gonna dance on it.
Yeah.
He gets less of a straight now because he gets less on the first game.
So it appeared to me in the third quarter that Boston Bryant is still his hands and said, okay, if you guys want to do this badly, we'll just be in Boston, right? And they just threw in the towel. They trailed by 31 points.
But get what you're supposed to do.
31?
With all those threes going in, what are you supposed to do?
You want good teams or great teams or potential championship teams. They don't usually lose. I know there have been aberration games. There was the Memorial Day Massacre,
Yeah, I remember
Celtics, Lakers.
84.
But usually this doesn't happen. Usually it doesn't get to 31 points when in the first half, late in the half, you
Right.
were right there.
Right.
And it felt like Boston was kind of in charge the whole first half, to me.
But Skip, you know, sometimes when a team start raining threes, you look at the guy turn around and look at the bench, is like, what you want me to do? I mean, and that's what happened. Middleton is coming down on the break, going between his legs and pulling up.
He was.
Coach, what you want me to do with that?
And listen, this team, when it gets out running, because Boston, if you let them play half-court pack-it-in defense, they're pretty hard to score on.
Yes.
But if you start pushing it up the floor and take fast break threes that are wide open, all of a sudden the lane is going to clear out for one Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Right.
And what did he do in the third quarter? He had 15 and 6 rebounds.
Yes.
That's it for a lot of guys. 15 and 6 is like a good game, right?
yes.
And he had that in the third quarter.
But that's the thing, because you can't put the foot around the basket
No.
when guys are making threes.
No, you can't.
So, and he knows, and he did a good, give him credit, Skip. He didn't force it. Hey, I'm a kick. Guy started dropping, and the next thing you know, now all of a sudden I'm one-on-one with Al Horford. I'm one-on-one with Baines. I'm one-on-one with a Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that matchup.
Boston did not kick back.
So he got tired of y'all talking about Al Horford. Al Horford did him up.
Well, he did.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
He did. Take that with you, Al Horford.
Okay.
Sleep on that one.
I thought he D'd him up in the first quarter.
He did.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, guess what? The threes started making it.
started falling.
And then he couldn't get any help. He said, well, hey, sleep on the plane and take that with you. You'll be dreaming about me.
So the shock to me was Boston just imposed its will in game one. And all of a sudden, Milwaukee didn't just win the momentum back. They just grabbed it and seized it and pulled it back, and they're going to take it with them to Boston.
Well, if I'm Boston, I feel very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could choose to be greedy and say, hey, I want to be 0-2. But when you go on the road, Skip, the only thing that you can hope for is let me get a split. I get a split, and I get to come home for 2.
No, I got
Sleep in my bed, my crowd. And role players normally play better at home.
Well,
I like where I am if I'm Boston.
okay. Well, we'll see how Boston handles the pressure, because the pressure just went back on Boston, because all of a sudden, if they don't win game 3, if Milwaukee continues to roll in Game 3, then they're in trouble.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful time of year, at least in my opinion, NBA playoffs, and we have quite the matchup tonight. Celtics at...
In the words of the Bucks' Eric Bledsoe, the film don't lie. He and his Milwaukee teammates endured a video session of their 22-point home loss to the Celtics in Game 1 and came away knowing that the way they competed in the opener just isn't going to cut it in the Eastern Conference semifinals. Boston swiped the home court edge and remained the only unbeaten team in the playoffs heading into Game 2 in Milwaukee. Fiserv Forum, the site. Greek Freak, Kyrie Irving. Boston trying to stay unbeaten and take a 2-0 lead, which would put Milwaukee in a huge hole. Chris Middleton knocks down the three. They erase an early Boston 7-point lead.
Here's the Bucks we saw all year right here.
Terry Rozier.
Look at that. Come on, foul.
Yeah. And then Gordon Hayward all by his lonesome for three.
Yeah, at the early going, the Milwaukee Bucks were still in a funk, and then this started to happen.
Oh.
Yeah, we talked about the Bucks half-court offense, and that's something that they're going to really have to address as the series progresses.
No question.
And possibly if they ever move to the Eastern Conference Final, they'd have to address that for sure.
You see the 2 threes by Middleton there. Milwaukee has the lead, but then Kyrie Irving for 3. He was just 2 out of 12 in the first half for 5 points. Al Horford for